my name is D.Nicole from Rewind and Review, and today I'll be doing a recap and review of The Chi Season 4, Episode 4, The Girl from Chicago. If I had to rate this episode, I'll rate it 4 out of 5 stars. I would say that it was a very solid episode. It allowed us to see what actually led to that opening scene at the beginning of the season. So if you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome me, welcome you. Make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button below. Make sure that you hit that bell so that you can get notifications for whenever I drop a video. Make sure that you leave comments about this episode and any theories and predictions that you have for this season. And to my old couch potatoes, let's get to it. So this episode opens up with Tiff and Dante, who are obviously making this a continual thing. It looks like our boy Emmett was trying to give the open marriage thing a try, but y'all, it looks like our boy is just not feeling it. Like, he is just sitting there like a bump on the log, y'all. And I'm just honestly over Emmett at this time, not speaking up and voicing how he feels, y'all. I need you to tell Tiff that this mess ain't going to work, because in a minute, sis is going to start falling for Dante, if not already. I mean, she over there looking like Dante is knocking her into other dimensions, and Emmett is just over there spaced out, not even studying the woman that he's over there with. So next we're with Tracy and Rosalind, who's congratulating our girl for smashing the mayor and telling her that she just does not know what she has gotten herself into. So at first I thought Rosalind was trying to kidnap Tracy, but she lets her know that the building is surrounded by protesters. Look, the chef is still here. You might as well go put your order in and just have a seat and have breakfast. So y'all, this is just so funny to me that Rosalind really just gives no care in the world about this open marriage with her and Duda. And so I need Tiff and Emmett to probably talk to them and get some understanding, because I don't think they understand how the actual assignment they assign themselves for this open marriage actually goes. So next we're with Kevin, Nina, and Drake in a therapy session talking about Kevin has a drinking problem. And of course, Kevin's like, hell no, he don't have a drinking problem. And y'all, Kevin, disrespect just is wearing me out, okay? But we learned that they're tired of holding Kevin's hand and they need a break. And now Kevin seems to be tuned in and he yells, "Me too." And the doctor asks Kevin to elaborate. So Kevin tells them that he feels as if they're all on him, and they like, of course, because of Keisha's situation. And all I can think about is, Kevin, you've been having too much damn freedom since season 1. That's the problem. Now you're not liking what you were supposed to have been doing anyway, them giving you limits. But y'all, the therapist asks Kevin about doing some things to help gain trust, so they wouldn't have to bug him about it. And Kevin talking about let him think about it, and then he agrees. So we can honestly see where Kevin was walking a thin line between his parents and Gemma later on in the episode. So next we're in the office with Jake and Gemma, who are in the principal's office about Jake's choice of words on Gemma's show. So Duda is there meeting with the principal, and y'all, I am tripping when he walks out. He told Jake's son, you're not about to apologize for what you said, because you had the freedom to say it, and to be honest, I would have said the same shit. So speaking too fast, Gemma like, justice has been served, and the principal's like, not so fast, young lady. I'm putting a halt to all BAM activities because the guest on your show incited violence. And y'all, Gemma's going off talking about it's some bull, and just really trying to I'm just really trying to understand these damn kids thinking that it's okay to curse around adults. But y'all, he bans the show until basically further notice, until all things, you know, die down. So next we're with the money in the store with the young lady Trinity, who she's told need help, and Trinity tells her that she can sneak out the house about 8:30 that night and meet at some corner. And y'all, we learned that she had a place originally, but her friend's dude said that she is no longer allowed to stay there. So Imani gives her a phone and tells her to meet her at that location that night. Alright, so next we're with Gemma's group, Bam, and they're trying to stage a walkout, and y'all, Kevin's just not feeling it. Every suggestion that Gemma blurts out, he has something to rebuttal back, and Gemma's like, let's do it tomorrow, third period, and Kevin's like, when everyone is in homeroom, how are you supposed to get everybody to walk out of class? And Gemma's like, Instagram, I'll DM everybody. And Kevin asks, like, wow, you want proof that it was your idea? So Kevin tells them how they're crazy, how he's just got his freedom, and of course, they let him know that he sounds like some kind of runaway slave. So Kevin is like, look, my parents agreed to get off my back, that if I stayed out of trouble, and I just don't want to lose their trust. So Jake is like, I'm tired of being a good little Negro. I don't owe this school nothing. So Kevin is like, look, Jake, these rich kids going to be all right. We don't got no trust fund, and y'all, why he say this? So Gemma instantly hits him with the, what you trying to say, Kevin? And y'all, Kevin is like, I'm trying to say that your daddy got money to bail you out of jail if somebody called the cops. So Gemma's like, nobody's calling the cops. And y'all, Kevin is like, spoken like a little spoiled black girl you are, and walks out. And at this point, y'all, Kevin is just handing Gemma over to Jake. Like, this episode one, I just cannot believe, I couldn't just believe Jake and Gemma, but now I still can't believe it, but I'm beginning to understand, honestly, and can't even blame Gemma ass for hiding and kissing Jake in the stairwell. So now we're with Keisha and Tiff, and y'all, I'm just happy to see their growth. So Keisha is catching Tiff up on the Christian couple who showed interest in adopting the baby. So I'm tripping, y'all. Tiff is telling Keisha, you know, her and Emmett are trying something different, and Keisha like, what? And Tiff like, girl, get about my business. And Keisha has to let her not be. We used to share the same nigga. So y'all, I'm really tripping. So y'all, I'm confused. Tiff has excused her and Emmett to have a little talk. So Tiff is upset that Emmett has smashed some girl who used to work with her. So Tiff basically doesn't want to look like Clownisha, like her husband is out here cheating on her. So Emmett is like, we in an open marriage. I can smash whoever I want. So basically, he can smash anyone she could possibly be associated with, and don't bring anyone to the house where they raise their son. So Emmett is like, you have too many rules, and Tiff is like, I wouldn't have to if you showed me some respect. So Emmett is like, oh, you misrespectful? And Tiff lets him know, yeah, because I'm not around here smashing a lot of dudes. And Emmett like, nah, just one. And you must be really liking him because you keep going back for seconds and thirds. And Tiff is like, so you want me to diversify? And so Emmett is like, I want you to stop playing house with him. And I'm like, yeah, because that's exactly what she doing. It's looking like she loves it there, Emmett. So y'all, Tiffany ain't feeling it. She like, we going to have to lay down some ground rules, set some boundaries, and tell who off limits, who we can and cannot smash more than once. So Emmett is immediately like, nobody. And y'all, Tiff still ain't feeling it. And she like, she don't have time. She don't want to talk. And I just want Emmett to keep his foot down on that nobody. Like, nobody. Yeah, he meant it, Tiff. Like, girl, he didn't even cheat on you during your marriage. He's following your vows. Was. So now we're with Imani sitting at the meeting spot for Trinity. So Imani is down in the line and the girl is not answering. So I don't know if Trinity has flaked out on Imani or if she's actually in danger. So next we're with Gemma and Jake stuffing flyers for the walkout in the locker. So Gemma is thanking Jake for his support and telling him it means a lot. So Jake is like, of course, I got you. So y'all, Kevin walks up and asks if they need any help, and Jake is like, nah, we got it. And y'all, I'm tripping because Gemma is like, I thought you were trying to stay out of trouble. And Kevin's like, look, I ain't trying to be no punk. I'm just letting you know I can't be on the front lines with y'all right now. So Gemma's like, freedom is more important than the revolution. And y'all, Kevin's like, this is not really a revolution. So Gemma's like, it's our revolution. So Kevin has to let her know that how am I going to have a revolution if my freedom is taken away? So y'all, that girl Gemma ain't feeling her unrevolutionary man. And Jay gives Kevin a flyer in his chest. you know, letting him know he feels some type of way too. So now we're with their girl Keisha and Tabitha Brown character Octavia. So she's asking the secretary some questions about Octavia. And we learned that throughout that 7 years of the lady working for Octavia, that she's private, she doesn't forget birthdays, she greets them every morning with a smile. And when her mother passed away, she helped pay for the funeral because her dad had just lost his job. So we see that Octavia is some sort of architect, and she has designed some beautiful buildings. So Keisha asks her, what does she see when she looks at her? And so Octavia lets her know that humans are not quite like rubber, but within you, I see something strong and sturdy, something that will survive fire and hurricanes, and you will be too strong to even be destroyed. And y'all, it was at that moment I knew Octavia's ass was going to be the mother of Keisha's baby, because y'all, she had me, okay? So next, we're in the classroom with Jake and Gemma, and they have walked out, leaving Kevin inside of their teacher classroom with their Black Lives Matter sign. And when Jake and Gemma turn the corner, the only person they see that's a part of the revolution seems to be Dakota, and they have came up with the conclusion that Kevin has scared everyone. So they had learned that the principal had left early for a dentist appointment, and since no one showed up for the walkout except Dakota, Jake is like, I have an idea. So he goes and pulls the fire alarm, and him and Gemma dash out of school. And this is another scene that we saw during the season preview that had us wondering what possibly could Gemma and Jake be running out the front of the school holding hands for. So Jake tells Gemma, let's hit the L. We can get something to eat, get in and see what we can get into, because we can't go home because your parents will know you did something wrong. So he asks her, has she had a fish sandwich? So y'all, Jake is also introducing Gemma to some new things. So y'all, it looks like, you know, Jake is constantly getting points hitting on the board. You know, I don't know if Kevin introduced Gemma to what he did. He took her to pancakes at Keisha Place. But I don't know, you know, it's always the opposite thing. And, you know, Jake, he mean. And, you know, the good girls always like the bad boys. But me. Okay, so next we're with Duda and Tracy. And Duda looks like he has bought the mall to Tracy to find an outfit for some event where he would like Tracy to introduce him instead of Rose. So Duda lets Tracy know the introductions and speeches just seem so much more genuine coming from a community leader than his wife. So Tracy's like, you're using me, and Duda's like, we're using each other. And you want to be heard, right? So I'm giving you a really big microphone. So Tracy hits him with the I want to be seen too. And I don't know if this is her hinting to Duda to take her out on a date or what, but y'all, Duda and Tracy look like they are just really into each other. So next we're with Papa and Kevin, and y'all, Papa be letting his friends know just as he should. So he asks Kevin how many more times will he put his knees over his queens, and Kevin's like, the one time I do something for myself, she ghosts me. And I just need Kevin to understand it was more than just the one time in Gemma's knees. It was also the way he has been talking to her, like calling her a little black spoiled girl. Isn't those the words he just used? So y'all, Papa's like, look, come on my show and be my guest, and we'll help you get Gemma back. So Kevin's like, no. So Papa's like, you're selfish. You won't help Gemma. You won't help Jake. You won't help me. And you won't help yourself. So y'all, Kevin agrees to do Papa's show. So Keisha and Octavia are headed out to grab lunch when Keisha begins to break down in pain. So Octavia's like, let's get you to the hospital and call your mom. So we're with Emmett and Tiff, who are going over their ground rules to their open marriage. So I just honestly wish that Emmett worked on his communication skills, because if he did, we wouldn't even be in this situation. So basically, they like no one is in their home, their car, and Tiff wants all the girls to know that he's married before getting in the bed. And Emmett is like, he objects Tiff. A lot of women ain't down for smashing married men. So Tiff lets him know that she don't want to hear about who he's smashing in these streets. He better find him a open spirited girl. So y'all, Emmy's like, no more Dante. And y'all, Tiff doesn't like that suggestion at all. She came up with some rule about Emmy being the reason they are even in this circumstance anyway. So you can't tell me who I can and cannot smash. So Emmy tells Tiff that Dante is his limitation. And y'all, Tiff is like he was here before the litigation, and that the limit, and that means that he's off limits before the conversation even counts. So Emmy's still objecting, and she's like, what do you want me out here catching pings from a bunch of niggas? And y'all, Emmy's like, no. So Tiff asks Emmy, is he done with his mess about Dante? And he said he guess so. And y'all, at this point, I want Emmy to just put his damn foot down and tell her ass, no more Dante. Like, you the one who suggested this whole open marriage mess. It just seems like it's benefiting you at this point. Tiff, it's not benefiting me. So, because Emmy didn't even smash Dawn while they were even married. So, y'all, the next scene is Tiff with Dante. And, y'all, the feelings are looking like they are being caught from all angles. I honestly need Tiff to stop messing with Dante, because someone's feeling is going to be hurt along this road. I don't know if it's Dante's, I don't know if it's Tiff's, I don't know if it's Emmy's, I don't know if it's all three, but somebody's feelings gonna be hurt. So next we're at the Rock Center, and E-Money has came in raking hell, asking Tracy how she's supposed to be a community activist if she ain't protecting all of those in the community, and talks about the Nuck's house and the young lady she's supposed to be helping. So Tracy tells her that she has been trying to get their home raided for years, and just because you don't see it doesn't mean that it isn't happening. So she isn't filling Tracy in on what happening, and Trig walks up asking her what's going on. So E-Money tells them about how she was supposed to meet Trinity the night before and she never showed up. So Tracy asks her what could be done, and Trig said he's gonna go and see what's up. So Keisha is in the hospital, and the doctor comes back with news that the pain is Braxton Hicks, and he suggested inducing the labor because Keisha's blood pressure is too high, and it could cause the baby some damage. So I just love how Octavia asks, will other measures be taken? Why just jump the gun to induce the labor? So we see that Dre is at the hospital with Jada, and she is getting treatment, and Nina is trying to contact Dre, and Dre is ignoring her. But y'all, honestly, Dre could come up with something to tell Nina if she really wanted to. It's like she really wants Nina to think that she's creeping. And so we're with Gemma and Jake, and Gemma's like the food, y'all, and they're sitting there, and Jake helps Gemma with a loose eyelash, and so Gemma's like, now I gotta make a wish, y'all. She blows it out of Jake's hand, and so of course he's like, what you make a wish for? And Gemma like, I can't tell you. And y'all, he be, I bet I can guess. And the next thing you know, Gemma kisses Jake and asks him was he right? And y'all, this boy like, I thought you wished for more. And Gemma tells Jake, get your mind out of the gutter. And he tells her that it's not even like that. I thought you wished that you was my girl. See, now, I'm just outdone with both Jake and Gemma. Like, honestly and truly, okay, Kevin, you did push Gemma into Jake's arms, but Jake, that's your boy. How the fuck you gonna push up on your boy, girl? And Gemma and Jake are all kissy. It's just gross. So Trig rolls up on Nuck, asking where Trinity is, and Nuck's like, why are you asking? And Trig tells him, you already know why. So Nuck tells Trig to tell your B to mind her business, and so we learn that Trig is not afraid to die. He got Nuck at gunpoint, and Nuck's entourage got Trig at gunpoint. But y'all, Trig is giving the phone that E-Money gave Trinity. So we learned that Trinity's body was found on some street. So basically, Nuck got rid of that girl, or maybe something else happened. But E-Money just should have minded her business and let it go with the flow, because now she called herself mad at Trig. Like, you did it. You gave her the phone. Or am I tripping? So now we're with Nina, who is leaving her 5th voicemail on Dre's phone, telling Dre how they are trying to induce Keisha's labor. So we see Keisha and Octavia are in the room, and Octavia expressing that Keisha should get a second opinion because she gets nervous when doctors don't weigh out all the possibilities. What the doctor is suggesting is what will get you out of here the quickest. So Nina is, to me, a little intimidated, and I believe by Octavia asking her if she knows better than the doctor, and Octavia tells her, absolutely not. I've just lost enough babies to know doctors don't have all the answers. And Nina tells her, sorry, I didn't mean to trigger you. And I'm like, yeah, don't be taking your anger out on Dre, on Octavia. And we see that everybody just wants the best for Keisha. Keisha is down if it is time to have the baby, if it is time, and if it is time, just the best time. So Octavia asks Keisha what she had for lunch. Keisha gives her a list, and Octavia tells her, let's get some water, and we'll check with the doctor back in a few. So now we're with Emmett and EJ, who have arrived at Jada's, and they are actually greeted by Masseuse Bay, who opens the door for Emmett. So Emmett is asking where his mom is. Masseuse Bay tells him that, you know, she's resting, and he's like, resting from all that pain you laying. I'm like, Emmett, like, that's just disgusting. But he lets him know that, you know, your mom wants to talk to you. So Emmett is, he takes Emmett to the back, and Emmett sees Jada throwing up over the toilet. So Emmett assumes that Jada is pregnant, but Jada has to let Emmett know that she has cancer. And y'all, I'm just really sad that for Emmett. Emmett is really going through, like, with Tip. It's like everything is just getting him back to back to back. He like, damn, is this how karma comes? I guess it comes in different forms because it's just hitting Emmett left and right, okay? Okay, so we're back with Keisha, whose blood pressure has gone down, and she's telling Octavia that she's the one. Everybody keeps telling me to go with my gut, and my gut keeps telling me it's you. And y'all, Keisha and Octavia hugged it out, and based on Nina's face, I don't know how she really felt about it. I don't know if she wanted to keep the baby for her and Dre. I don't know if she was feeling a little jealous of Keisha and Octavia's embrace, but she feels some type of way. So we're with Jake and Gemma, leaving the restaurant when Kevin calls Gemma, and Gemma asks Jake, so what do we do now? And Jake is a typical nigga at this point in this situation. He's like, he doesn't know. So Gemma is like, what do you mean you don't know? We kissed, and Jake tells her, you kissed me. And Gemma tells her, and you kissed me back. And Jake hits her with the biggest so. And so Gemma storms off, and Jake tells her her goofy ass stays the other way. So y'all, I'm tripping because they damn near gonna work because they are really opposites. Jake really doesn't care how he talks to her. So y'all, Dre is setting the table for dinner, and Nina has to let her know that I hope this is not your apology. And Keisha almost died, and so y'all, Dre is giving some BS excuse, talking about she cut her phone off in session, and y'all, I'm really trying to understand, is she a high school guidance counselor or a therapist? Because she going above and beyond at this point, because my high school guidance counselors didn't do all of that, and Nina lets her know she needs to check in. So y'all, we're back with Emmett and Tiff, and I'm just glad she's able to read Emmett well. She put that little BS aside. She's asking Emmett what's wrong. He's like, how do you always know? And she tells him because they're connecting, and I just want him to just lay it all out on that damn table. Let her know, no more Dante. No more. So, y'all, we're back with Nina and Dre in the bed, and Dre receives a message from from Jada, thanking her for keeping it secret. And, y'all, Nina goes to their phone, and, of course, Nina is probably going to think with her feelings, but I need her to use her common sense because that wording of that message really didn't give me cheating vibes. Thank you for keeping our secret. I just really don't think she would have texted her that if that means that they were cheating. You know, I don't think that's textable. But yeah, yes, that concludes this episode, you guys. So again, I rate this episode 4 stars out of 5. It was a very solid episode. It wasn't my favorite this season, but it was still very solid, very entertaining. So make sure that you like and subscribe below. Make sure that you hit that bell to make sure that you get any notifications for when I post. And make sure that you leave comments with any theories or any comments about this episode below. If I left something off, let me know. But y'all, see you next week.